This is Verulamium or Verulam Park in St Albans, Hertfordshire. Now a city park for sports and recreation where families, walkers and picnickers come to enjoy a bit of fresh air, but it was once home to one of the most significant fortresses in Roman-occupied Britannia. Parts of the fortification are still visible, with one section, called St Germain's Block, a centrepiece of the park, with a protective fence around it. The defensive earthworks around this portion of the wall are also still an undulating feature of the park. They may have been dug as added defence, but they are likely to have pre-existed as an earlier Iron Age defence obstacle prior to the arrival of the Romans, when the area was known as Verulamion and was controlled by the Celtic Catavalorni tribe. Not far from St Germain's Block is another large portion of the wall, which was built in the 3rd century AD. Verulamium's town walls were almost 2 miles long and 7 feet thick. They were built of flint and lime mortar, with courses of brick tiles running through them to provide stability. Adjacent to this is the remains of the once imposing London Gate. Verulamium had 4 fortified gates at the points where major roads reached the town. The London Gate straddled Watling Street on its route from Dover to Chester via London. Other gates spanned roads which linked the town of Colchester to the east and Silchester to the southwest, making Verulamium very well connected to the rest of Roman Britain. The city walls and London Gate were excavated by Sir Mortimer Wheeler and his wife Tessa in the 1930s. In the early 5th century AD, the Roman legions were withdrawn from Britain as so-called barbarians settled within the borders of the Roman Empire in increasing numbers. Angles, Saxons, Utus and other Germanic tribes began to arrive in Britain, but Verulamium seems to have continued for a while as a smaller Romano-British enclave. But eventually it too fell, either culturally, militarily or both, to the new Saxon hegemony. It then developed into a defended royal centre of the Saxons called Kingsbury. The building materials used by the Romans were then largely purloined and repurposed by the 10th century to construct newer buildings, including the majestic St Albans Abbey, which looms over the Verulamium site. The Abbey's 11th century tower was almost entirely built using Roman materials. The section of the old Roman town wall next to the former London Gate probably survived because it formed part of the enclosure of St Germain's Chapel, which was built in the 12th century. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe, and you can also support the channel via Subscribe Star, link in description. Thanks for watching.